I guess, yeah, this sounds like it's on. So, for those of you watching this later on, thanks for coming in. Thanks for jumping on. I've got a couple more demos, and we've been building a pre-launch access group, and I've built some access codes to let you on, to let those folks in. And we still have, it's 2:04 p.m. right now. We still have until 3 p.m., so there's still almost an hour. There's a good chance if you're watching this later on that it's too late, but if you're jumping on here live, there's still time to be part of the pre-launch group. You can still go to SnapTip.App and be a part of that. Let me bring the chat in because I always forget to bring that in, man. That way you guys can see other questions. If anyone's got any questions about something, man, like I know last time I did some demos, I had a couple little bugs, and that's just the way it goes. I figured a lot of those out. A lot of them were just little minor tweaks, like in testing. Like here's the way some databases work sometimes, man. Um, in testing, freaking notifications, go away notifications. Um, in testing, you use a let's see, I used a piece of text in the database, right? But when I went through and uploaded my database, I uploaded it as a number, and databases don't work like that. So I had to go swap everything over to use a number because that's the route, the preferred method I'd rather use. So now I'm just going over and doing some updating, so that of course I set everything up to where you can have an access code to get in. And I just wanted to let's see. I feel like some of these comments aren't showing at all, so I'm gonna do something here. So I set up a way to get in with an access code, but I forgot to set up a way to let you actually log in after. So let's say you set up, use your access code, you got in, and let's say tomorrow you want to go log in. Yeah, I forgot to make that work. So I'm going to make that work now. Tell you what, let me pull. Sometimes pulling this up on my other screen, I can see a little bit more because I don't see any chat going on right now. I don't know if you guys are leaving any comments in or not. Like I said, I'm streaming into a few different places. So let me pull this up and let's see. I know I'm stepping right on top of the Sun Distributing Tent Tools Live thing. I didn't think about that, man. Like I like to do a lot of this stuff last minute, throw it together, and just make it work. So looks like I see Tim commented, "What up?" I don't know if you're still in here or not, but I see your comment now, man. So let's see if I can make this work. Ooh, muted. All right, so I see some folks. Okay, cool. We got some folks chatting. It looks like the chat is working. These looks like so there's some folks from Window Teners United. Um, let me see. I think there's a way. Oh man, I have to look at that and see how we can make sure that we can actually see who you guys are. So, yeah, we've got Tim here. We got so apparently all I see is Facebook user. Man, I wish I could get that set up. But I say apparently someone got fired, but they're just kidding. So let's see. So I've been doing some finalization on SnapTip. I've been getting everything ready to go because at 3 o'clock I'm shutting down the pre-launch list. Oh, what's up, Alex? Sorry I can't see your name on here, man. I need to get that fixed and get that permission thing over into Window Teners United. And I'm not real sure how to do that. I've done it before, but I'm not sure how to do it again. So we'll just have to save that for another time. But if you go over to my personal page and you watch this on my personal page and not in one of the groups, just go look for Billy freaking Murray. Like it says right down here in the bottom. Let's see if I get this right. Yeah, right here. Go find me on Facebook and look in my personal group. You can see it. Yeah, I see, Tim. I see your chats aren't even coming in here, man. I don't know why. I'm not sure what kind of setting that would take. We all see how much Jason struggles, man, and it's the same thing with let's look and see. Yeah, don't really see any settings there, so we'll just go with that. If anyone knows anything about Restream and has some tips for that, yeah, that'd be awesome. I don't know if I can do it mid-event, midstream. So yeah. But let's see. So let's go. I wanted to kind of show for those of you who are on the pre-launch list, I wanted to show you what it was like to actually use your access code. Um, What I'm going to do is I'm going to create an access code for you. I'm going to send an email to you. It is a one-time link to get in. You use the link, you get in, you create your account, and then you're good to go. And when you want to log in, you can come back to SnapTip.App. You'll after 3 o'clock, you'll see the you'll get the email right after 3, and after then on the main screen you'll see a login button. Don't use that right now. I'll show you when you use your access code. There'll be a button in the top right that you'll click, and that's how you'll actually create your account. Login is just going to be for logging in between now and the full public launch. So just want to make that clear. So let me go over here. Let's go over to the launch submissions. Let me create. Let me create an access code for me. And then, of course, I created a test user. So let me go delete that. I'm going to start everything from scratch for you guys so you guys can see just, what it takes when you first come in, what happens. And it'll be my last test to see if there are any bugs still. If there are still bugs, cool, man. We'll get them fixed. Let's see. Let's take out. All right. So let me pull up the page. All right, let me get my screen over here to share and see. Hey, where was that? Oh, share screen button. There we go. I see David's comment. He says, good question real quick. Let me click on that in just a second, brother. All right, I'll get that screen in here in just a second. So, David has an awesome question. He got the email that I sent out yesterday. So that's not the email that you're gonna get. That was just kind of like honestly, me doing some testing and sending out a little teaser email to let you know to keep your eye out today. So, just a few minutes after 3 p.m. I will send out that email, David, and you'll have that. So right now, I'm going to show you what to do. Like you're going to get a link that's specific to you, and it's a one-time use link. When you go to the site, you'll see a try it now button. Click it, sign up, go through all that route, and you'll see it in there. You'll create, your name, email, all that kind of good stuff. Create your account, and then you'll get in, and then that access code is gone. So that link will only work for one sign up. Now, if you go to the link and you don't sign up right away and you close away, that link will still work for you. But as soon as you actually sign up an account with that link, that link won't work anymore. So great question, David. Appreciate that, brother. Is anyone? I see Tim stranded over here. All right, so let's get this in here to show this. All right, so what happens is I'm going to take comments off of here for just a minute, but I'm going to keep an eye on them. I just want to make sure we show this whole screen here for you. So when you get a link, if you see up top, it's going to have an access code, and it's going to have an access code specific to you. I did something random right now just to kind of get something going. So what you'll do is with that access code, you'll see this button up top that you wouldn't normally see without that access code. So you click try it now, you sign up. All right, and we go to sign up and give it a second. There you go. So you're going to get a code in your email inbox. Classic like, hey, let's make sure we confirm your email. So let's go over to my email down here. And let's see if you see it. There it goes. But see if it doesn't show up, It takes a minute or two, maybe at most. If it doesn't show up, click resend confirmation. If there's any issues, always reach out to me. But in that code, so let's say my code is again another one of those one-time use codes, and I will never ask you for this code. It says in the email, I will never ask you for this. Um, to be honest, I don't need to ask you for this. Once you use it, this code goes away. But like, if you get stuck in this spot right here, I can go in and see the code if there's any big issues, anything like that. But once you click this submit button to confirm it, that code is deleted out of the database. So that code is no longer there. So here you go into like how many locations do you need. This is a trial, so you kind of get started with what do you need. There's a I need to double check this and see. The minimum is 3 locations. You could put 1 or 2. You only have to use one location. You don't have to use all 3 locations, but that's what a standard subscription comes with. Comes with 3 locations and up to 10 price list, $29 a month or $2.99 a year. It's up to you, whichever route you want to go. You can always add more. So let's say right now I could add 5 locations if I want, and it gives me 16 price lists if I go that route. What happens is when I go to actually sign up for the actual subscription for this, I can decide then, like, do I want to keep those 5 locations or do I want to step back to 3 and go with the standard one? And when your trial's over, it'll let you know, like, if you want to keep these five locations, here's how much your account's going to cost. It's for up to 3 locations, it's 29 a month, and it's $9 a month for every location after that. So let's just say I want 3, right? I want the standard 3 here. You can always add more in later on as well. So let's say we go to app. The app is loading and redirecting. Of course, I need to get a tutorial video on here. So I'm going to click do not show this again so it doesn't show. And we'll get a tutorial video in there for you at some point. So again, like usual, you'll notice if you come through here and try to select a vehicle, it's going to tell you you got to create at least 1 location and 1 price list to get started. So this is a complete database now. This goes from 1992 all the way up to new vehicles, all the way up 1992 to 2023. There's all sorts of crazy stuff coming out now that we got on there, as far as I know. So to start right here, if you need a vehicle that you don't see right here, just to show this real quick, you can always go over here and go to help and create a new help ticket. I don't know, vehicle. I don't see this one. You can submit that. It'll stay on here, and that'll also submit to me through some other management stuff. So we'll see that on that side. You can see it here. As we get this handled and get this out, you'll see this go away. We'll keep in touch with you through email, let you know what's going on with that too. So let's go over and add a location. So first off, let's pick a location name. Since let's say you're a 1 location business, so there are gonna be several folks like this. So I put my business name as SnapTip Tent. So let's just put that here too. There's no need to put a different name here. This is the name that's actually going to show for the location. So whatever. All right. So once you put in the information, you'll want to select what users. If you have multiple users made at this point, you can select multiple ones, especially if you're doing this later on in the process or adding locations at any point in the future. So we'll start here with just adding me, because let's say if you're a 1-person business, 1 location, honestly, this may or may not be the best tool for you at that point. It does, at least for those folks who do have a single location and you're just on your own, it does help you get a lot of this pricing issues out of your head. So you're not trying to think of the price. You can stay in conversation with the customer. So you can go back and set all your prices and just forget them. So that, and then if something comes up, let's say you've got a hard car that comes up that you're like, man, I should have charged $100 more on this car than I did this time. So you can go into the app, create a modifier, add $100 on the price of that, so that later on you can you don't have to remember. That car just comes up, you just click, boom, you just click the car, there's the price. So makes things a lot easier, gets things out of your head. This app is really going to be a lot more powerful and offer a lot more benefit when you're either ready to hire a person for upfront to field your phone calls, do your leads, help customers out, check customers out, that kind of stuff, your administrative stuff, or if you already have someone in that position, it helps out with that a lot. So currently right now, there's no price list to select. So we're not going to select a price list. We're just going to click save right here. So a little red thing comes to let you know that there's no price list assigned to this location. So now we're going to go create a price list. So in this top one, this is where you put your internal use of your price list. This is more for like your organizational use. You don't want to type in right here, your film name, if you use that film on multiple price lists, let's say you create a retail price list and a like dealership style price list or a wholesale price list, you don't want to put the same name right here. So this gives you an option to kind of keep these separate. So let's say you wanted to put, let's say you had a good, better, best set up. We'll just go with that. So let's say this was your best film. Let's say it was your retail one, right? You're trying to keep separate. Let's say you have a best film for retail, and you also have prices for wholesale that are just, I don't know, like 80% of this price or something like that. So here's a place to start for organizational use. Here in the new film name is what you're actually going to see on the pricing page. So this is where you're going to want to put either your branded name, if you use anything like, if you're as normal, you just want to say good, better, best, or let's say you have uh standard film, you've got ceramic film, you've got an ultimate, tint package, anything like that. You can put a branded name here, or you can put the name of the actual film that you use, a film line. So like if you're 3M, if you use like FX Premium, FX High Performance, Ceramic IR, Obsidian, anything like that, you can put that right here. Same thing with Expel. If you're CS Black, if you're XR Black, if you're XR Plus, whatever, you could put that here so that when you actually look at this on the price pay on the actual like tint pricing option, when you select the vehicle, it'll show you that right there. So let's say super popular film. Let's say this is our best film. So this is XR Plus, right? Um, This retail price category will default for everyone because you're all going to need at least a retail price. So you can select retail. If you want to create like a dealership price or anything like that, you can always go through here and create a new price category. Or you can go through here and select one you've already made. So like once you go through here and you like, let's say you type in like wholesale here if you wanted to. Once you create that and you save this price list, it'll save that wholesale as an option. So right now we're just going to go to retail. So let's say brow prices. I don't know. Don't hold me to these prices. I'm just gonna like guess on this real quick, just like I have before. Um, I'm just gonna run through this because I don't want to spend too much time. Like even if these aren't the prices that you agree with, that's fine. I just wanted to show some options here to kind of show you how to set this up. Like I don't know if that's a small SUV. We'll just go with 549. I don't know. Large SUV will be 699. A two-door truck. Extended cab goes to, let's do some random prices here, man. So I don't know, whatever. So once you enter in the pricing, you can also go over here and assign this price list to a location. So let's say where this works is, let's say you've got tent shops in two different cities and they got two different price points. Well, this price point I want to be at this location and not at one that's in a different price point. Let's say you've got a higher end location that deals with a lot more higher end clientele, you charge more for even, then you can create a separate price list specific for that location as well. So let's go here and hit save. And now you'll see that it has, this is the pricing, this is the locations that it's set to. So again, if you go to locations now, you'll see that this price list is now associated with this location through that way as well. So you can either change price lists through the location page, or you can change locations through the price list page. So I tried to find a way to work in a good bit of flexibility there for you. So now when you go to a price, let's say you just go to an Acura NSX Coupe, right? It's going to pull up. We've got one price list saved, so it's going to pull up right there in front of you. A full tint's $499 for that one. You can always go back and scroll through. Like I don't know. Let's search. I don't know what's the vehicle. Yeah, now I see Tim commenting in United. So, and I can see your name too, dude. So, here's a good question I saw. I stopped for questions real quick. So, um, David said, I thought you said it would be gone if I didn't do it by 3. So, good news is the pre-launch access folks, you can sign up when you feel like signing up. Like you're not going to lose access at 3. You're already part of the pre-launch group and you're there. You're already on a separate email list. I know who signed up and who didn't. Well, I don't know who didn't, but I know who signed up. You're on that list. You'll have an access code. If you can't do it at 3, no problem. Do it this evening. Do it tomorrow. Do it in a week. Like whatever works for you. Like your link is going to work. Like your access code link that I send you is going to work until you use it. So, so great question, Dave. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, see, and now Tim's stuff is showing up on United. So sorry if I didn't see your stuff on the personal page, man. I'll actually check over there and see. Um, oh, I see Joe on there. What's up, Joe? Sorry, I don't see the comments from my personal page on the actual streaming page. So I got to go back and check those. So let's see. Boom. Um, Dave asks, sorry if I'm the only one that doesn't understand what are good examples and definition of retail, wholesale, and dealer pricing. So I almost say if you don't know what this means, that could be a good thing. So uh what this basically means, you've got your retail price. Customer walks in the front door, I got a car, I want tinted. That's retail, right? Um, you've got wholesale. So like maybe like you're a mobile installer. Like I've been here before. Let's say I was a mobile installer, right? And I agree, I made an agreement with the people who owned the business, and I said, "Hey, if you can sell and schedule, like I had a whole online scheduling link, right? And they never had to talk to me to schedule it. If you sell and schedule the job, I'll charge you 70% of retail, right? So then what I would do is I would create a separate price list for them that is 70 separate prices for the different lines that I offered for them that are 70% of my normal retail price, and I would call that a wholesale price. Um, the dealership world can be a lot more cutthroat, and even some businesses I've been involved with, we've had to charge 45% of our normal retail price to be able to get dealership work. And we didn't get a lot of it, but it helped fill holes in our calendar. And we still, it comes down to like if you got a hole and you're not making retail money, well, at least you're making some money. Was our attitude there. So for dealer pricing, we would make a separate price list for dealer pricing that had 45% of regular price. The real reason that if you go that route, you want to add that in to your price list structure is so that you can create a link to where you can give that link to that dealer or to that wholesale account, excuse me, and they could go look up the pricing at any time of what you would charge them. So let's say you had a wholesale account and they've got a person standing in front of them with a Honda Civic, or just easy cars that come to mind. So they're at that wholesale account as a customer with a Honda Civic saying, I want to get my windows tinted. So the rep at that wholesale account pulls up the link and says, okay, if I go with like our guy who comes here and does it, he's going to charge me $200 to do that car. I'm going to charge this customer and I'm going to tell them 275. That leaves up to them, their practice of what over that they want to sell. They just know what you're going to charge them. So if that makes sense, David, I hope not if that, I hope that does make sense for you. And if it doesn't, let me know. I'll be glad to clarify that more. But I guess another thing too is if you don't understand and if you don't need retail, wholesale, or dealer pricing or anything like that, awesome, bro. If everything's retail, more power to you, man. Some folks even just do like they've got a great reputation and they're basically, look, if I'm going to do dealership work, I'll knock $40 off the price for you or something like that, and if you want to create a separate dealership pricing for that, feel free to do it. So you have that flexibility of building out your own prices however you want. So let's create another price list real quick that is just, we're going to call it better. We're going to keep this one as retail. So again, I want to enter a new film name for this. Let's say, let's see, the other one was XR Plus. So let's call this one XR Black. Expel it all. We want to keep it retail, and we want to make this a little bit less. So I don't remember those prices because, like I said, I just kind of made them up as I went. So I'm just going to do some random stuff here. Again, I'm going to try to keep them less than the other ones, but like I said, I don't really remember what they are. And at this point, I could save this price list with empty holes. No, I can't save it with empty holes in it. So I'd have to put something, and I could go back and look at it and go back and forth if I want. But I'm just going to make sure that these are less than the other one to kind of show you something. So let's see. I don't know. Again, I'm just kind of making some stuff up. So what was it last time? I don't know. Just for the sake of make sure, I really just want to make sure that this price list is less than the other price list. So we'll just go this route real quick. Those aren't great prices, but and since we have a location built now, I can attach it to that location. So now we can go to this location over here, and you can see it has two different ones on there. So here's something that gets a little tricky though. So let's say now I'm just since this is here, I'm going to select it. A lot of times I like to have the lower prices up top. Some folks might like to have the higher prices up top. Like I wanted to build flexibility in for that. So you'll notice over here as you build out some prices, these little arrows on the side decide help move this up and down in the price list. So since I only have two prices, when I hit these, they basically just swap, and it swaps them on here on the display as well. So some folks like to do lower price up top and higher price below. If you want to do the other route, you can go that route too. So let's say I want the higher price on top. Well, I can go back to this, and now the higher price shows on top. Um, so again, when I select that, what it's doing is it's pulling the price for a coupe right here. So I set up two prices. The standard pricing is $499 for a coupe and $450 for a coupe. Um, you can also go down through here if you have multiple locations, and you can select this. And if you have multiple locations, they'll populate down below this, and you'll be able to see them. Um, so let's say you've got some folks who have multiple locations will have someone like in one place that all the phone calls are fielded to. So let's say you've got one person taking all the leads in for the different stores, and you got like say three locations, right? You can have everyone coming to that one, even if those three locations have three different price lists set up for them, because maybe they're in different areas, different income levels. You can charge more money in some places than others. You had that option. Like, let's say if someone calls from like the higher price point area, well, you can say, well, maybe you can ask like what store you calling for or something like that, or maybe you have different phone numbers for those, but they all those phone numbers forward to the same person, so they know by what phone number is coming in on what location it's for. They can go through here and select the location at that time, to say, hey, well, they're calling for this location, so let me change this location to get different pricing, and it'll populate the different pricing up here for it. Same thing if you're looking at retail or wholesale or any of those price categories. Those price categories are populated through here as you build them as well. And again, you can always go to view extra pricing, look at your brow pricing, look at your sunroof pricing, and look at your windshield pricing if you want. Um, so let's say again, let's stick with this car since it's just easy to find on here. So an Acura NSX, right? You might want to charge a little bit more money for an Acura NSX. So let's say we go down here to a modifier. We go to our model modifier. The model modifier is going to be for a full tint. So you've got a year modifier for, let's say if it's 2005 or older, you want to charge more money, you can do that. Whatever year range you want to do, you can charge more money based on a year range. Maybe it's more cleaning. Maybe you just want to price it so you don't have to deal with it. Like I said, the database goes back to 1992 and up to 2023. So then you go in here to a make. Let's say, I mean, some folks, if it's an Audi, I want to charge more money for just an Audi, right? Because their steels are hard to deal with. Well, let's say I want to charge $50 more on a full tint for an Audi, right? So we're gonna say let's say something basic right there. So you're always going to want to put a comment in when you put a price modifier in here, because what that's going to do is it may give, if you're a single location, single person business, it may give you a reminder of why that vehicle costs more when you actually look it up. But even more so, what it's going to do to someone who knows nothing about window tint, nothing about cars, when they search the pricing for an Audi and it charges them extra $50, it's going to tell them why right there in front of them. So they don't have to like guess or dance around. The customer asks them a question. Well, that's $50 more than your standard price. Why is my Audi more than the standard price? Is it just because it's an Audi? Well, according to our records, those seals are really tight, and they're going to create a lot of extra work for us to get the film in behind them. So you could say something like that and show now, like, hey, an Audi. If anything's an Audi in a full tint, it's going to charge them $50 more for it. Let's say you want to go to a Bentley, or like, look, I'm going to have to take a ton of extra care on a Bentley, so I'm just going to charge more money there too. Let's say interiors are what super the word. Um, Interiors require extra care to take uh, to ensure no damage. I guess I don't know. You can word it however you want. And like so you can even put here like we use lots of extra stuff to make sure. You can put whatever. If you use extra tapes, extra door panel covers, that kind of stuff to ensure. and it's extra work. So now any full Bentley price you look at is going to take the standard price that you have set up, and it's going to add 150 bucks onto it. If you want to go that route, or 100 or $5 or whatever you want to do, man, you can set that up. So then we go into a model. So let's say we want to search. This is a big database, so sometimes this load takes a minute to get going. Let's say we want to search a yeah, let's do NSX. Say Acura, pure enough to go off of NSX. Um, which one? We got coupe and convertible. So let's say the 17 to 23 coupe. We want to charge more money for. So we want to charge an extra $50 for that one, or let's say 100. That way it's nice even numbers, right? Um, Cool vehicle. I don't know, man. You can put whatever comment here you want. I've never tinted Acura NSX, so I don't know. So let's save. So now when you're searching through your modifiers, you see for a model modifier up top, you see we have an extra $100 for that Acura NSX. So you can do the same for the windshield. Let's say for the windshield now, you're on windshield modifiers here, and it's highlighted over here to kind of show you which modifier you're on as well. You can go over to, again, the coupe and be like, an extra, let's say, just so you can see the difference in pricing, I'm going to add 1,000 just to make it ridiculous, right? Um, I don't know what size the windshield is. Again, just trying to make sure I show you that you can put a comment there. So let's go back to home. Let's go look at that Acura NSX again and see how the price has changed now. So a model comment, we see, okay, cool. So the model comments is just a cool vehicle. We're charging you more than our standard price because that vehicle's cool. So you could put a comment right here why that vehicle costs more. And let's say we go into the brow, like we don't have a modifier for brow, so it's standard pricing. The comments will show down here, like if there's a modifier on this vehicle, it'll show it down here. So we go to windshield. Now that you see the windshield, it shows the windshield comments down here, and I'll have to fix that to where maybe that's always there. Might be a little bit easier to deal with, but again, it says, look, it added $1,000 onto the price of those standard prices to show you it's just a huge windshield. So you can go in through. I mean, there are tons. I'm gonna be releasing a lot of help moving forward about like what vehicles should we add modifiers for, and as people add modifiers in, I'm also going to make sure that I build a list of like what are people making modifiers on. I'm not going to share any kind of pricing or anything like that. But if the Acura, let's say, because this is right in front of us right here, if the Acura NSX was a super popular vehicle for a modifier, I want to share that with people, let people know. Look, people are putting modifiers on this vehicle, and I want to make a list of like, hey, people are putting modifiers on these. These might be good ones for you to add modifiers on as well. So we'll slowly build that list. We have them for front two as well. So let's say everyone knows that good old let's say Pilot, that Honda Pilot. And one thing you'll see here is it has a lot of the year range. So you're looking at a 2016 to 2023 Honda Pilot is a different body style than a 2009 to 2015 Honda Pilot. So we know this newer body style one is the one that has that extra vent window up front. So we want to charge extra money for that, right? If we're doing front two on this one, so we're looking at a front two modifier, we want to charge a little bit extra, right? And you can do the same here for the model, because if you're doing the full tint on the vehicle, you're going to tint those little vent windows too. So you can just go in. Let's say I don't want to type that again, right? So we're going to select this. So we already had this vehicle here. It has a modifier. We're going to select it. It's going to take us into edit it. So we're just going to copy that. We're going to save it so we don't change it. We're going to go to model. Now, if you notice, it switches pretty quick. So we're on, if you look at top, front two modifiers now. We go to model modifiers. That's where we are now. You'll notice that price goes away because we have a front two modifier there, but we don't have a model modifier yet. So let's create that. Let's do the $50 and let's do the full thing right here. I copy and pasted that to make my life a little bit easier, right? You can do the same for the ridge lines, I think, in the passports for those two. And then now you look up a price for those, it'll have that extra price on there. So if you look at like front two, let's look at that Pilot. Say it's a 2021 Pilot. It's a couple years old, right? Still doesn't have 10 on it. So you'll notice here too, like because this vehicle has like an option to do two fronts on it, now the fronts only comes up. So let's say you're doing a full tint, you're looking at $749 or $649, and it's got a really like a reason why that costs more than standard pricing. And then we've got the fronts only. You're looking at 249 or 225 for those. And again, same thing here. It has the same thing. So like again, when you've got someone who knows nothing about window tint, let's say we go back real quick. You've got someone up front who's nothing about window tint, nothing about cars at all, and a customer asks them, "Hey, how much to tint my 2021 Pilot?" They can look right here in front of them, select it. All right, you're looking at this, and let's say you have your standard pricing up here. Hey, pricing starts at this, starts at this, starts at this, right? To get people to ask the question, right? Now they're looking and being like, "Well, that says, you're telling me 249, and it says the two fronts start at 299. I mean, 199. Like, what's that price difference for?" They're not like, "Let me go see." Let me go talk to someone and see. Let me stop in this conversation and go find out for you. Like instead, that information is right here in front of them. Like why is mine? Let's say the customer again. Why does mine say it costs more than what your wall says right there? Well, let's take a look and see. So it looks like the front vent windows need to be removed and reinstalled for best quality. So because we have to take those out and actually put them back in, there's a little bit extra labor involved in that. So we charge a little bit more for that. And whether you want to charge 50, 100, you can charge whatever you want through that modifier. Just gives you that option to do it. So, yeah, I mean, and at this point, a lot of your setup now is if you have multiple locations, adding locations, or going through and creating your price list. Then you go through little by little and create your modifiers, and you have a couple other options here too that I've shown before. We had a couple of glitches before because I kind of strong armed my account. I didn't create it the right way, like I showed you here. So you can go and you can create other users for stuff. Let's say we want to say we have this guy named Bozo the Clown. Uh, Please don't spam my Gmail account, but that is another email account I use. Let's say we want to make them a manager, and we only have one location. We're going to put them there. So boom, save. So now you see the red bar at top. Okay, cool. So now Bozo is going to get an email. Bozo goes into that email. He basically is a password reset email. So he goes through that password reset process and creates a password for his account. And now Bozo can log in. And Bozo has limited, views. So when Bozo goes to look at a price too, here's a neat thing I like about too, especially when you have people at multiple locations. Let's say you have a salesperson at every location. Let's say you got 3 locations again. You got a salesperson at every location. When that salesperson is logged in and they look at a price, it's going to show them pricing for their location. They can always go through and filter it and change it if they got someone that for some reason calls them from a different location or they're just pricing for a different location. They can go that route, but it's going to default and show them pricing for their location so that they don't have to go through and change things or filter things. Like that's all automatically filtered. So another awesome thing you get here too is our embed links. So you can go through, pick a location. I've only got one. I think it's not showing you the drop downs, but I've only got one location. Our price category is retail. So we can save that. 2 things you can do with this. One, you can copy and paste this page link and just hand it to someone and say, "Here, go check this out. Go to this link. Look at my pricing," right? Or you can use this embed link. Like if this is something that you want to put on your website, you're more than welcome to put it on your website. You would just go to an iframe to embed it, copy this link over there, put it in there, and you can embed it on your website. And if you have any issues with that, that's something you really want to do, let me know. And if you got any issues setting it up, I'll make sure I help you out. One of the next features that I really want to do with this is for when you want to put this on your website, I want you to be able to change the branding on this. So, then one of the next steps, I started working on this for this initial launch, but it's really tough. It's a lot of development to make it work. But it's definitely something I want to do. Like I want you to be able to put your own logo up here. And when I initially started SnapTip, one of the concepts I came up with was our brand is your brand. There's no need for you to put this on your website, in my opinion, and show my logo, to show SnapTip logo. Like the only reason to put this on your website is to help your business grow, and it doesn't help you as much to have my logo on there. So I want to make sure we got that off. You can put your own logo on here. You'll be able to decide, do you want the logo on there or not? Like little things like that. You'll be able to change backgrounds, colors. You'll be able to change text colors. You'll be able to change what these groups look like. Like I use these really square looking borders. You'll be able to round those borders out if you want, change colors and stuff. I want to give you a little bit of flexibility there in the long term. So if you do want to put this on your website, you have an option to make it look like it belongs on your website too. Same thing when you get like a link. When you send a link to someone, it'll have your business information on that page. so that like say if you got a wholesale account or a dealer account or something, they see your information on there too. So those are things that are coming. They're not part of this initial launch, but they're coming down the pike. So um, and then that's for the most part, man. The feature request is a little funky right now. It's a little open right now. I'm going to close it off some, but I want to be able to put features in here that we're thinking about adding and give you a way to vote on them. So right now it's completely open, but by the time we get into the full launch, I'm going to change that. So for all the folks part of the pre-launch that can actually create an account, who have their access code to create their account, go in. If there's features you want to see, put them in here. I'll leave this open for you until our full public launch. On our full public launch, there's not going to be a way to create new anymore. So let's say we create a category. I know you can't see the categories right now, but it's all price search, locations, price list, modifiers, others. I don't know. Let's say more info. Like I don't know. Let's say you just want to see more info. I want to see more location info. Like again, I'm just kind of making something up as we go, right? So save it so that all of you pre-launch folks who have access to this will have a way to vote through this now. So you can upvote, downvote stuff to kind of see, like if there's anything you guys you scroll through anything you see you like, vote for it. I'm gonna delete this one off here so it won't stay there. But yeah, I mean that's a lot of like the main features on it. So I mean, if anyone has any questions, again, like always reach out to me. You can email me at oh, I can put that up here, right? Let's see. You can always email me at bfm.snaptip.app. If you got any questions, concerns, anything like that, you can message me on Facebook. If you got my personal cell phone number, call me, man. If I can't answer right away, I'll call you back as soon as I can. I mean, you can even call me on Facebook. I mean, if I can't answer, I'll call you back as soon as I can. Like, I'll always get back with you about it if you got any questions. So we've got about 15 minutes now, and we are cutting off the pre-launch list. After that, at 3 p.m., you can still put your email and your info in. You can still join the Discord group, but you won't be a part of the early access group. So we've only got 15 minutes left for that, and we'll be off, man. And we will do the pre-launch. Coming up here before long, I will get a email sent out to everyone, and we'll go from there with it, man. So I don't know if there's any more questions anyone has. Let's see. Don't see anything there. Nothing going on over on the personal page either. So awesome. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate you. If you're catching this later on, I appreciate you. You probably won't be able to be a part of the early access group, but still go to SnapTip.app. It's www.snaptip.app. Let's see. Edit this. Try to get up here on the screen, man. So you can still go, if you're seeing this after 3 o'clock, you can still go and sign up to be notified when everything launches. So if you want to get a direct email that it's launched, go ahead and sign up there. Go to snaptip.app, put your email and stuff in, and we'll get you on that list and make sure we let you know. You'll also get invited over to our Discord. We got a lot of cool stuff going on our Discord. If you want to be a special part of something we do have, every morning, early Wednesday, 6 a.m. Mountain Time. So that's what? I mean, it's not early for the East Coast. It's 8 a.m. for the East Coast. But we do have a thing called a Wake Up Wednesday, where we just get on Discord. I think Discord is an awesome group because we can do this. We can show video, we can show audio, so we can chat live through talking to each other like we do on the Clubhouse meetups. We can also do video if you want, show everybody your pretty face in the morning, show them what kind of cool coffee cup you have. We can do text if you just want to chat. So we can do screen share if you got an issue you want to ask me about. And walk me through what's happening, or if I want to demo something to you guys, we can do screen share. So Discord gives us so many more options to be able to share and be able to connect in a much more thorough way than what we can do through Facebook, through live streams, through Clubhouse, anything like that. So you'll also get an invite when you sign up for either our pre-launch list that's going on for another almost 12 minutes, or for our if you go on after 3 o'clock, you'll still get an invite over. You'll still be able to be a part of the Discord group. Yeah, and you can be part of our Wake Up Wednesday call every morning. So we kind of just go over, what are you working on? Where do you want to get in your business or career? What are you doing to get you there? How can we help as a group, man? How can we help? Whether it's through resources, whether it's through connecting you with people, whether it's through advice, whatever we can all do for each other there. So it's called Wake Up Wednesday. Wednesday mornings at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. If you want to be a part of that, go over to SnapTip.App, sign up for the launch notification, and you'll get a link. And again, if you don't want to be a part of that, I get it. Send me a message over. I'll get you a link to get you in the Discord anyways. Even if you don't want to use the app, Wake Up Wednesday is something I'm going to keep doing for a long time, man. I think it's an awesome resource for people. I think it's going to get better and better and better as the days go on. So let's see. All right. So yeah, just 10 more minutes. I'm gonna hop off. I've got some work to do to get some things figured out to get all these emails out to everyone. So in 10 minutes at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we're gonna shut down the early access group. And from then, if you want to be notified, you can still be a part of that group, still be a part of Discord. Go sign up at www.snaptip.app, what you see right down here, and you can still be a part of that of the launch notifications in our Discord group. So here we go, man. I hope that SnapTip is a huge help to all of you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it helps your business grow. I just hope it helps you out. I mean, that's my big goal. So I appreciate the tent fam. Appreciate every last one of you. And I hope to talk to you later.